Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about 3 ways you can deal with stress, pressure, and overwhelm at work. I have some strategies that I think you're going to love. Also, this year I'm sharing 12 leadership metrics that will help you succeed in your career. This is pretty much a full framework for how to develop your skills to build your career. This month, we're talking about resilience in the workplace. You can catch up on all the videos in the playlists on my YouTube channel. Everything is linked below in the description. Real quick, if you enjoy this content and want to learn more about how to make power moves in your career, make sure to follow my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from me. All right, so let's get started. Number 1, identify and understand what causes you stress at work. Here's the analogy I use with a lot of my clients when we're talking about stress and overwhelm. You're in a boat, and your job is to navigate that boat to its destination. Now, the water is the unknown and the unpredictable part of the scenario for you. You'll feel stress if you're trying to get to your destination and maybe a storm blows through, or there are choppy waters, or even stillness that doesn't help you move forward, or worse, you fall out of the boat, but you're still holding onto the side and treading water. Whatever it is, your job is to make sure that boat doesn't sink. Stress and overwhelm cause tension, and to be successful in any stressful situation, you have to stay present and use the tools you have to navigate that situation. With that, you need to find what works for you to manage stress in the moment. And the most important question you need to ask yourself anytime you realize you're in a prolonged, stressful moment at work, like days or weeks, is this: what needs to change here? And it's not you. It's not you. You don't need to change yourself to deal with added stress at work. You need to change your assumptions and behaviors when you realize you're in a stressful situation. You need to ask yourself some tough questions about how you got there and what tools you can use to change your environment. Common stressful situations at work are really about having too much work and no support, or working with difficult people who make your job harder than it needs to be. So, I'm sharing some coaching questions here that deal with these types of broader situations. If you're struggling with your workload, have you been taking on even more work? Do you understand why you're doing more? Are you trying to impress someone? Why is that? Where does that need come from? Can you challenge your assumptions to understand if you're trying to impress your boss or other higher-ups and now you're overstretched? Have you fallen into being the one person who can fix these problems and now you have too many unimportant tasks on top of your bigger work? Why is it important for you to be seen that way? Has that approach backfired on you? Now, if you're struggling with a colleague, are you intimidated by some of the people around you? Where is that coming from? Where do you feel you have no power? Is it real power or perceived power? What is it about this person who causes you stress? In order to deal with it, where can you find allies who can help you communicate better in certain situations? Having a support system with people who acknowledge that you're going through a stressful situation is really helpful, and you're not alone and you're not imagining it. Number 2, develop an agile and nimble mindset in new situations. If you're dealing with overwhelm in new situations, then the best way to handle that environment is to create structure that you can depend on. The more a situation is new and unfamiliar to you, and the more important it is to you that you succeed, then your best path to success is to create an environment that is predictable enough for you to work inside a framework. Do you get feedback that you're really not adaptable in new situations? Are you one of those people who says that's not how we've always done it? If so, stop saying that. That is not productive. Does change set you off and you freak out until someone else creates an approach to deal with it? Stop doing that too. An agile and nimble mindset is basically one that doesn't show insecurity in unknown situations. If you're feeling insecure and vulnerable in a changing circumstance, then start asking questions. Spend less time telling people how you wish this change hadn't happened, and spend more time asking questions for clarity. From there, figure out how this new information is going to fit into your predictability framework, the one you created for yourself to cope with the changing environment. Here's where that works well. Your company has decided it's going to downsize its headcount. A couple of people in your group are let go. You now have to figure out how those assignments are going to get handled, how to keep morale up in the wake of bad news, and how to move things forward with little disruption, all while wondering if you're next. Hey, that's a lot, but that's happening in some industries. What's your framework? Respond, reflect, redirect. Make sure you're communicating to people so they're reassured. Reflect on what's happening and why. Redirect energy from your team back to productivity. And don't ignore what happened. Then, discuss priorities and deadlines to ensure everyone's on the same page. You can use that framework for any changing circumstance. Number 3, handle ambiguity well. Ambiguity is about the unknown. If you struggle with handling unknown situations, then concentrate on aspects of that situation that you have control over. Then let go of things beyond your control. Easy enough. So how do you do that? I was recently in a meeting with a group of people I didn't know very well. And as the conversation evolved and things became more complicated, a woman sitting across the room from me said, "Just for clarification, can we define the objectives here? Because my brain needs to understand the fundamentals before I can contribute in a meaningful way." Did it slow us down? Yeah, it did. Was it annoying? Not really, not to me. She just asked us all to slow down a beat so she could keep up. And she identified where she was struggling so that the person who had the information could share it as a good reminder of what we were working towards. She had control over that. She probably built a habit of asking people in meetings to slow down when things became complicated. She probably also knew that this was the best way she could contribute to something so new and unfamiliar. And honestly, after that, she stopped talking. Once she had clarity on the unknowns in the meeting, she really didn't have much to contribute. Let go of the things beyond your control. And I love this. She contributed by asking the participants to slow down. Was that valuable? Yeah, it was. Did she have big creative ideas? No, not this time, but it doesn't matter. Find ways you can create stability for yourself in unknown and ambiguous situations. If it's as simple as asking the group to slow down a beat, use that. If it's about creating predictability for yourself, then be the person who always asks about the fundamentals. If the fundamentals help you deal with the unknown, then always look for that to help you find stability. So the next time you hear yourself say, "I'm drowning here," remember these tools to help you get back into that boat. All right, so that's it for my video on 3 ways you can deal with stress, pressure, and overwhelm at work. If you have examples of how you've dealt with stress and pressure at work, feel free to share them in the comments below. I would love to hear about them. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.